Hi, in this activity, you're going to be building a beautiful model of seafloor spreading like is shown here. It is fully edible. It's written in Google Slides and you can print it like a Google Doc. It starts with students evaluating where seafloor spreading is happening, and then they move on to actually creating this model. So essentially it starts like this. So they have their desks, they pull it apart, have a little crack. They then tape a little bit of lava that could come up from the bottom of the seafloor. And they draw in, if there was iron in the lava, how that iron would have formed in relation to magnetic north. So they have this model that they've made where right here where the desks are pulling apart, we know that like if you look down there, you're not going to see the core. Magma is going to come up, harden into rock. This is the rock here, and this is the iron in the rock. Then has students pull apart their desks further and repeat the process. So new magma comes up from below, it hardens, becomes new igneous rock, and the iron aligns differently this time because magnetic north has shifted. And then again, seafloor spreading continues to occur. Now we have something that looks like this. Again, magnetic north has shifted. And then again, we do it one last time. But what's great about this is you now have this wonderful teaching tool that you can help kids remember, like these were once together, and that's why these rocks are the same age as each other and why they have the same pattern as far as how the magnetic field was at that time. And they can remember that this is what came out first. So that would be the oldest, is over here near where the continents would be. So it's a great hands-on activity, really gets kids thinking. There is a spot where they, so here show how they're building the model. That's their completed model. You can't see what it says right now. Okay, these are some of the things that they are learning from their model. But what I really like is them evaluating and now like applying it to real life. Like, how is this really representative of what is really happening in the real world? And kids usually start out with like, well, this is paper. True. But we also talk about like, would this really be flat? Would it really just look like this? And would the lava be different colors? No. Okay. Also, I like to follow up with questions like, if you just had this, would you have come up with the idea that this formed because it was, formed over time? And that really gets kids thinking about how science is. It can seem easy now to figure out the theory, but if you start with the data and try to come up with a theory, it's a little harder. Okay? So I hope you enjoy the activity. Have a great day.